What up, friends? How are you doing? Good morning. Happy Monday to you all, mis amigos. Hello, good morning. Okay, did y'all watch Rihanna's concert yesterday? Did y'all? I missed it because I was at work, and then when I got out, I forgot. Okay, I forgot. I'm sure I can look it up somewheres on the internet today, but apparently she announced her pregnancy. She is pregnant with baby number two, assuming by ASAP Rocky. Congratulations to Riri. If you are here listening, congratulations. Homegirl, congratulations. Okay. Um, Another thing, I was thinking about this the other day. Okay. And we all know I've been through a couple things, especially recently. Okay. And despite what I'll call my failures in life, despite what I've been through, and it doesn't really matter, people still want my advice. And I'm like, why? Do you really want me giving you advice? Look at me. I'm a mess. Really? You want my advice? Okay. Remember, I'm giving you a chance to run. I thought that was pretty interesting because people just want to know. I don't know if I just have that type of vibe to me that, you know, that trustworthy vibe, because even strangers will ask me for advice. Will ask me for advice, and I'm like, this is kind of an important question. Don't you want to ask a spouse or something? No? Okay. Well, I'm about to give you advice. This is your chance to run because once I start talking, I'm not going to shut up? So I think that's pretty cool. All right. So a little bit of drama brewing up in, I guess, the entertainment industry. Is George Lopez getting canceled? What's going on with that? Have y'all seen that? On TikTok, there's all kinds of things going around about maybe possibly George Lopez was a bully. Okay. And remember how he got his start? He had that story that Eric Estrada was a DICK and did not shake his hand as a kid. And I don't know if you've ever heard Eric Estrada's response to that. He claims that that didn't really happen, or he doesn't remember. He spoke with George Lopez about it face to face, and he said, like basically, like, what's your problem? What's your beef with me? And George tells him, well, didn't kept his sunglasses on, never took them off, which is rude AF. And said, hey, when I was little, you didn't shake my hand. And he's like, first of all, I doubt I did that to you, and if I did, I'm sorry. Shake my hand, like kind of like apologizing, even though he didn't does remember doing it, because he's not that type of person and he doesn't do that to anybody. If I did, I'm believing you. Um, accept my apology. And George Lopez wouldn't take it. He even said, "Hey, let's go back there. Let's go back. Let's go to the back of this whatever building they were in." He says, "Let's go. Let's go. Let's sort it out now." And George Lopez said, I'm a comedian, not a fighter, which is cool. That's cool. Not everybody's a fighter. I'm not saying you should have went back there. But that's how much Eric Estrada wanted to leave it behind. Because how many people has George Lopez said that story to? Which now people aren't believing because Paul Rodriguez. Remember Paul Rodriguez, the only comedian in the 80s that was Mexican? Remember him? Okay. He said that when George Lopez started coming up, he said that he didn't let casinos hire anybody else. Like he wanted to be the exclusive person and only to hire people that he had under contract or something like that. Some sort of I won't play here unless type of thing. And I want to be the exclusive Mexican. Basically he wasn't helping his people, okay? Basically he wasn't helping his people. And which if you kind of look at it, he didn't really bring anybody along with him. but he is doing a show with his daughter. So does that count because that's his daughter? Probably not, right? But I don't know. Like I just don't know why he would be like that. He did. I mean, he's a famous comedian now. He is at the top right now. Um, Now, should we be judging people on how they get to the top? Well, that also depends on your character, right? The way you are on your way up. If you're an ass, gross, disgusting person to people on the way up, well, that's going to come back because people are always going to remember you were a bitch to me. So I will say with me, to tie this in with what I said earlier, despite my failures, people still want to know what I think. Okay. Despite me, like me, having failed relationships and me not being in a relationship right now, people still want relationship advice, believe it or not, from me. I'm like, are you sure? But it's because of the person that I am. Like, I'm not some shitty ass person. I don't treat people disrespectfully for no reason unless they started with me. You know what I mean? But so, in that same token, like now people are seeing the way George Lopez really is. You know what I mean? And they're like, you know what? This whole time you were pulling at our heartstrings with this lie about what happened to you when it didn't even happen. So what kind of person does that make you? They start questioning everything. Well, for me, I've been legit this whole fucking time. I never once told a lie. I never once was just fucking with people just because I wanted to fuck with people. It was in self defense. That doesn't make it right. But does that change the way you see me? I don't know. I can't see me through your eyes. That's for you to decide, right? That's for you to decide. But yeah, I just thought that was weird because I always heard that story from George Lopez about Eric Estrada from Chips, the main character from Chips. It's like not wanting to shake his hand as a kid. Like the whole thing with Shaquille O'Neal and David Robinson. Shaquille O'Neal hates David Robinson because when he was a little boy living in San Antonio, which is weird how they have the same story if you think about it. If you think about it, David Robinson doesn't remember not shaking Shaq's hand either. So I think that's kind of weird. A weird coincidence. They both have the same story. And till this day, Magic Johnson hates David Robinson. David Robinson was a Spur, San Antonio Spur. So I don't know. Maybe George Lopez got inspiration from this story about Magic Johnson. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But how would we remember, you know, somebody like how would we remember snubbing somebody like that? You know what I mean? And David Robinson doesn't remember that. I always, what I was saying the other day when me and my coworkers were talking, like, whenever you go to a funeral or or something, or you run into somebody and everybody's like, "Hey, how you doing?" and you don't even know who the heck they are. Has that ever happened to you? And you're just kind of like going along with it, like pretending like you know them, and you don't even know who they are. Yeah, I have to do that a lot because it'll take me a minute, but I'll eventually remember who you are. I will, unless you're somebody very, very special to me. Of course, I'm gonna remember you. But if you're just like some rando, like just coming up to me at the freaking Dollar Tree or whatever, or HEB, and I'm like, huh? And you're who? Anyways, we're talking about how whenever we go to like funerals or whatever, we're like, who are these people? And they're like, yeah, you remember me? I'm like, your mom. Everybody remembers me because I look just like my mom. Like me, I could be my mom's twin. Okay. So when people see me, they're kind of like confused. They're like, is this mama? Because that's what they call my mom. They call my mom mama. They're like, is this mama? And because they're kind of having like a flashback to the 70s or whenever my mom was my age. I'm just kidding. And they're like, so for a second they're like, is this mama? And they're like, no, I'm not her. Okay. It's not me. Okay. Anyways. So I'll go ahead and let you go. I just wanted to chit chat about what I heard over the weekend and this little, I guess it's a cancellation that's coming up for George Lopez. I don't know. I don't know. But oh, one last thing, very important thing. So while you're going through any journey in life or just living life, it doesn't have to be a journey. It is just an everyday thing. Sometimes maybe the past will come back and haunt you. Okay. Or you'll be tested in a way like maybe you used to be like a hothead, like me, used to be a hothead, right? And when you're going through this peaceful spiritual journey, somebody from your past will come up and try to test your gangster, and you're not supposed to react, okay? That's the test. That's the test right there. You're supposed to be like, back in the day, this used to piss me off, but nowadays it doesn't anymore because I don't care because I'm vibing high and this is something from my past and I don't care. Yeah, just look out for those. And and don't fail the test. Just think about it. Don't react. Don't say anything out of emotion that you cannot take back. Okay. Okay, because I got tested the other day, and it wasn't my situation; it was somebody else's situation. But somebody was coming up and they're telling me stuff, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?" But it wasn't for me. That was just a test, and I'm like, "Oh, let me just ignore this and move on my merry way." Okay. One last message for the day, for the week. Just remember, thick thighs save lives. Okay. Thick thighs, they save lives, okay? So don't be mad at your thick thighs. Okay. All right. Well, I got to go. Happy Monday. Bye bye.